The night before my first day of school as a teacher, I couldn't sleep. Too many different potential what-ifs and not enough time to go over each scenario in preparation for the perfect reactions. When my alarm rang, waking me up from a mini nightmare in which I got lost on my way to school, I went to Google Maps to double check the location, even though I had been there every day the week before school started. Oddly enough, that was the most stressful part of my day. I was expecting a massive amount of anxiety and thinking that I would feel and appear like a deer in headlights, but I felt fine. Perhaps it was the endorphins from the flight or fight response, but one of you science teachers can probably explain it better. As I soon learned, pretending like you know what you're doing is definitely part of #teacher life. After all, teaching isn't easy. Everyone knows that, except politicians. The biggest problem when you start off is that you know you don't know a lot of things. And it is to the point where you are also aware that you don't even know what you don't know. That means that when your mentor teacher first asks if you have any questions, you don't have any yet because you're not sure what to be asking. What I did know was that I wanted to make a positive impact on as many people as possible. I had a feeling that I would get overwhelmed, that I would feel like I was stuck in the middle of the ocean with a life preserver that was half filled with air, and there was a leak. Big wave was coming. You hear me say this and you probably think that I'm just a big ball of anxiety. That may or may not be true. But I actually consider myself to be a pretty happy-go-lucky person. As I said in my interviews with every school district this side of the Mississippi, the field of education is filled with jaded people, but I would always be positive in the face of adversity. I was cautiously optimistic. You know, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. One time I convinced some of my students that I was psychic. On the online attendance system, you can see all the kids' full names. So I quickly memorized about 6 or 7 of them, and then told a kid I knew his middle name, John. His eyes widened a bit more than they probably should have. Another kid, putting a damper on the whole thing, said, "You can see our names in the computer." I quickly rebutted with his middle name, and I could tell he was caught a bit off guard by that. Another kid, whose middle name I remembered, asked me to say hers. Cynthia. Then, in the next class period, a student decided it would be a great idea to prank people by shaking up the markers to make the ink collect in the cap, making it so that the next person who would open the marker would get ink all over themselves. Teaching is full of these contradictory moments. They can be about as bumpy and unexpected as a teenager's mood swings. Most of them will think it is acceptable to leave their used gum on the floor, to return a pencil after they have eaten the eraser, and to complain to you when you give them a pencil without an eraser. I would love to give you a pencil with an eraser, but someone ate it. You will develop catchphrases. My best one is, "I don't like liars." You will acquire the look. Everyone knows the look. You will be able to just look at a kid, and they will check themselves before they wreck themselves. #teacher life. But you will also have students who will make eye contact with you while they are talking to a friend, and then when you call them out on it, they will act like they have no clue what you're talking about. And then they are so sincere that if you didn't just make eye contact with them, you would probably believe that. Just wait until you try to figure out the balance between staying hydrated and how to get to have a bathroom break. Or until you attempt to conquer the trek to the peak of Mount Paperwork. My anxiety yet again came to the forefront as I felt like I was treading water, or like I was trying to get rid of the water flooding my boat with a tiny Dixie cup. I don't believe there is a specific moment of realization in which we know, without a doubt, this is the career we are supposed to be careering. Instead, there are moments of gratitude and of remembrance as to why you chose this path. They will not come from your fellow teachers, staff, or administrators. These moments will come directly from the kids in whose life you have made a difference. The audible sound of a kid who understands a concept. Oh. Being able to see that exact moment when it clicks. Having a student repeat back to you almost word for word how Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha after you had gone into full-blown storyteller mode in the previous week. When that happened, I partially wanted to cry, but what I really needed was a mic to drop. When a student created a handmade teacher achievement certificate for you to thank you for the help you have given him. These are the moments that help you stick through all the junk. You will have tough days. There will be days where as soon as you get into your car, you burst into tears. Or you may be like me and stop by Walmart on the way home and get a tub of Breyers mint chocolate chip ice cream. So you can stuff your face when you get home. Hashtag teacher life. Hashtag midnight ice cream. You will have students whose parents are in jail or have never been visible in the students' lives at all. You will have students who have been abused or have been subjected to other truly unspeakable things. As teachers, we can only do so much to protect them from these things, and we can't do much to repair the damage that has been done. But what we can be is an adult who can be looked up to. An adult that can be trusted, is respectable, and doles out respect to everyone. We can show them that there's at least one good person out there, and that person has their back. We can expect more from them than anyone else ever has. Some of the smartest kids are the ones who are dismissed the quickest. It is our responsibility to help them realize how great they are instead of sending them to the office because they are bored. No speech is complete without a quote, so let me add the capstone. There is an old Confucian proverb that says, "The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones." Every single person in this room is here because they want to make a difference. There will be times when you feel like you have not made a difference. The next time you feel that way, take a day off. When you come back, all the kids will ask you where you were. If they didn't care about you, they wouldn't care about where you were. Okay, so maybe you shouldn't just take a day off just to stroke your own ego. But what I am saying is that whether the kids express it or not, you do make a difference in their lives. I may have set out to change the world, and even though that may not come to fruition, I can know without a shadow of a doubt that I have made a difference in someone's life.
Thank you, Isaiah, Chelsea, and Diana. Let's bring them out here for another round of applause, please. So 365 days from now, I'm going to be calling on three of you. On behalf of Aldine ISD, the Human Resources Department, all the students in the community of Aldine, we wish you a great year. We hope you have a great year making an impact on the students' lives, and hope that you have some sort of impact on students so that we can reflect and you can get others to learn about the importance of your profession as an educator.